radiator grille like a castle, flowing lines and an elegance that is unmatched. The 1959 Bentley S2 Continental Flying Spur. This Bentley aims to build bridges in the model program. And from the sporty origin of the brand to the luxury of the new Bentley. Owner, Rolls-Royce. Where the noble princes, extroverted playboys, or rock stars all agree with the S2 Continental for their winnings. The Continental version is always the sporty version of the model range of the traditional British manufacturer. A Bentley for gentlemen drivers who still want to drive themselves. A gentleman's express. Behind the Bentley grille lies the know-how of a Rolls-Royce. With the S2 Continental, the company wants to expand its customer base for those who deliberately go for the understatement.
Attempts were made to position the Rolls-Royce as being more noble and the Bentley as a driver-focused car with more power and a sporty design. These were the main differences.
Walter Owen Bentley founded his company in 1919 and presented the first car in London at a motor show. Quickly, the brand acquired a good reputation, and numerous racing successes strengthened that good reputation. Bentley vehicles drive a total of 5 victories at the prestigious 24-hour Le Mans race from 1924 to 1930. But Bentley gets into financial trouble, and Walter Owen has to give up his life's work at Rolls-Royce. From then on, Bentley models enriched the program of the former competitor. The genes of the Rolls-Royce are unmistakable, and that although the manufacturer, founded in 1906, produced only technology and frameworks, the vehicle bodies are from different companies, such as Packard and James Young. This coupe-like body comes from H.J. Mulliner. The body construction operations, which can trace its beginnings back to the year 1760, manufactures an elegant 4-door construction for the S2. A special feature, the outer shell is made of lightweight aluminum. Even today, the quality of the handcrafted aluminum body still impresses.
Aluminium was the lightest material that could be used at that time. It is softer and doesn't require heavy presses. A lot can be done manually. This is a Mulliner body, a small body, of which only 140 units were built.
For the first time, the S2 has the newly developed V8 engine from Rolls-Royce installed under the hood. Traditionally, the manufacturer remains silent about the power rating. In expert circles, one talks about 200 horsepower. Amongst the most famous Continental owners is Keith Richards, guitarist and songwriter of the legendary Rolling Stones. It is an affectionately called Blue Laner Continental. He flees England in 1967 from illegal drug possession. His goal, Marrakesh. In his luggage, bandmate Brian Jones, 2 groupies, and numerous illegal substances. The Escape goes down in the annals of rock history. But it must have been cramped on this trip, because in spite of its length of 5 meters 30, the Continental offers its occupants relatively little space. The interior, typical English. The finest leather and heavy burl wood adorn the interior. Refinement but restrained dignity. The Smith instrumentation provides information on the major operating temperatures, speed, and engine revs. In the second seating row, it's very intimate. The best places are clearly found at the front of the Continental.
The Continental and the Flying Spur were rather sporty sedans with a fastback, a rounded tail, just sportier. The normal S applies more to the Rolls-Royce.
The Bentley S, without the addition of Continental, is basically a Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud with a Bentley grille. The successor model, the S3 with dual headlights, otherwise differs little from the S2. In an S, one is chauffeured and never drives. Today, a Bentley S3 in good condition costs about 55,000 euros, but it can also be cheaper. Keywords: right-hand drive.
Basically, it was like this. Bentley and Rolls-Royce cars were very expensive when they came onto the market. There are very few that disappeared. They were all repaired. There is no other brand where almost everything is still on the road that was ever produced. Thereby, the performance is not as high as with other classic cars. And if you choose a right-hand drive, you can buy a nice car relatively inexpensively.
With good care, a Bentley creates few problems. The technology in the 6.2-litre V8 is old-fashioned, but amongst other things, solid through and through. The machine will last forever due to the low power output per litre. Of course, spare parts have their price, but the important parts are usually in stock. The Bentley S2 Continental Flying Spur, still the perfect gentleman express for automotive connoisseurs with style. The prices for the sporty Continental have seen an increase in recent years. A rare aluminum version like this one produced by Mulliner in good condition costs up to €250,000. The dream of owning a Continental now gone? It can be cheaper. Conventional sheet metal versions in second condition only cost €126,000. Bert Vandal advises to get a model in the best condition possible.
It's like with any classic car. If you find a good one which has a good base, then you have a car that will give you so much joy. Spare parts are all available. They're not quite as cheap, but also not as expensive as a Ferrari or Maserati. Because this car is still built on a proper frame, the engineering is relatively easy to handle.
Und sollte seine Budgets gut überlegen, also ich empfehle eher ein fertiges, ein gutes Auto zu kaufen.